Hey loves, it's Brianna. Welcome to this Thanksgiving video marathon where I've got over 2 hours of Thanksgiving videos for you, talking recipes, talking turkey, cook with me's, clean with me's, all of my hosting tips, backwards plans so that you know exactly the timing of what food to make and when. And I've got some great Thanksgiving leftover recipes at the end of this video. So be sure to comment, gobble till you wobble if Thanksgiving is your favorite holiday too. And in the spirit of Thanksgiving, let me know while you're watching, what are you most grateful for in 2024? I can't wait to read down in the comments. Be sure to click that thumbs up and I hope you enjoy this Thanksgiving marathon. It's Brianna. Welcome to this Come Home With Me for the Holidays 2022. So many of you loved when I've done this series on my channel in the past, and I feel like it's very appropriate now that I'm back in Ohio. So today I'm actually prepping for a Friendsgiving. So I'm gonna be giving you all of my holiday hosting tips sprinkled throughout this video as I'm doing things so that if you are having any family or friends over your home for the holidays, that you get lots of good hosting tips and advice, because this is what I love to do. I love homemaking, I love hosting, I love celebrating, I love cooking and doing all the things. We're gonna be cleaning today too, getting the house ready. So the first thing that I'm gonna do here though is just empty out the dishwasher. That's one of the biggest things that you should do if you are having people over your house for a meal. Make sure that dishwasher is empty so that all of then your dirty dishes and utensils and glasses and all of those things when you're done with the meal can be put right into the dishwasher. Standing underneath the lights, look into each other's eyes. Tired snowflakes are coming down. Another one of the things I always try to do is just have any of the candles that I'm lighting lit at least 30 minutes to an hour before guests arrive. I mean, you can definitely light them long before that, but that way just the smell is sort of permeating the house so it smells really nice when guests come. So all that's left is you and me. And I brined my turkey last night. If you're looking for a how to brine your turkey, I'll have the video where I show you the whole process linked down below. I have like an entire guide of how to cook and host all of the things Thanksgiving in another video. But I'm gonna pop this out and I'm gonna be making the stuffing, and then sort of once I have all the food done in here is when I'll clean the kitchen. It's kind of to me always like no sense in cleaning. Obviously it's like clean while I'm cooking, but it's no sense in like getting it all clean when you're just gonna be making a mess cooking anyway. So a deeper clean will come when all the cooking is finished up. Oh baby, it's a big one. All right, so there's the turkey in the brine there, and I've got the giblets in the pan. You wanna let this simmer for about an hour because you're gonna then use like the juice for basting the turkey, and it will then make the gravy too. And then over here, I've got all of my bread that I need to tear into little cubes for the stuffing. Now I'm just tearing up the bread for the stuffing. Make sure if you are making stuffing that you leave the bread out overnight so that it can get stale. There's no one left but you and me. It's like a made up place that only we. I just realized I've got to make this a proper cook with me. I have to wear my apron, right? Close your eyes and let us fade away. Build a secret place for you and me. And then I'm cooking up the celery and the onions for the stuffing, and I just pour all those juices from the giblets into this as well. This recipe is a thing that you just have to do the day of. So make sure that you wake up early enough and backwards plan to have your turkey out at least 1 hour before you plan on serving dinner, because you want it to rest before you cut it. And again, I always brine my turkey, and if you want that full recipe for how to do that, check out my new Thanksgiving ebook. I will have the link in my description box for you so that you can get all of those Thanksgiving recipes in one place. And excuse my voice, I recorded this after filming this video and I'm losing my voice all of a sudden. It's like a made up place that only we can see. And I'm so thankful to Bombas for sponsoring today's video. If you don't already know, Bombas are my favorite socks. They are so comfy, they have the cutest colors and styles, and sock season is upon us. So I feel like this is the perfect time to stock up and either treat yourself
Or if you are looking for gifts this gifting season, Bombas is the place to go. They have men, women's, and kids styles. They have the cozy shop now open, so they have merino wool and cashmere options and these new fuzzy socks that are so soft and so cute. They've also got slippers, so perfect gifts for everyone on your list. And then you can also feel really good because with every one purchased, one is donated at Bombas. They donate to shelters, women's shelters, homeless shelters, domestic violence shelters, because the number 1, 2, and 3 most requested items are socks, underwear, and shirts. Their shirts are amazing, by the way, too. This is one of their boyfriend tees, and I wear these all the time because they're so cozy during the day and to sleep at night. So you can either use this QR code on my screen, or I have the link down in my description box below, or visit bombas.com/Brianna K. And if you use the code BriannaK20, you'll get 20% off of your first Bombas purchase. And thank you again to Bombas for sponsoring today's video. All right, now that I got the turkey in the oven, I can start prepping a couple of the other things that I'm going to make today. So I'm making a cranberry sauce and a Thanksgiving sangria. All these recipes, by the way, are all in my cookbook. There's like an entire Thanksgiving section on it if you want to check it out. It's on Amazon. But I made the green bean casserole and the sweet potato casserole yesterday. Those ones are like fine to make and put in the fridge, and just kind of pop them in the oven to have them be heated when it's closer to time for guests to arrive.
Had we met before, laugh innocently, but it didn't feel like thunder or lightning, but something struck me when I was looking into your eyes. Wasn't love at first sight, of fire burning bright, but now I know what it was. It was like coming home.
I was just scrambling around the kitchen searching for my turkey baster, because you should baste your turkey about every 45 minutes. From what I've read, a lot of times they'll say every 30, but then it's actually keeping the turkey from cooking as well, because of every time like you're opening the oven and letting the heat out, and like when that tin foil is over it, it keeps all that moisture in to make the meat really, really tender. So I always just do it every 45 minutes because I usually get bigger turkeys anyways too, so they need to be in the oven for a lot longer. And I've never had a problem, because between like the brine and just basting it every 45 minutes and that tin foil over it, it's always been great. One year I did get one of those Reynolds turkey bags where you actually bake the turkey in a big plastic bag basically, and it turned out really great too. But I think because I usually would get like huge turkeys, and like the next year it like wasn't even big enough for the size turkey that I ended up getting. So if you're making a smaller turkey, you could check out those Reynolds bags, and it just like keeps your bird then super, super moist in the oven. But okay, I'm gonna go ahead and get the stuff out for the cranberry sauce now. I'm gonna do the cranberry sauce. I'm gonna wait. I put the grate, like the other grate on top of the refrigerator. It's like falling down. Anywho, I'm gonna make the cranberry sauce now because that is fine to go in the fridge. And then I'm gonna wait and make the sangria probably like an hour-ish before guests arrive.
I have a couple of must-haves for hosting. If you're hosting, whether it's Thanksgiving, Friendsgiving, or a holiday party, I think having a couple of white platters like this, whether you're using it for desserts or for rolls or for sides, are great. If you're doing the traditional turkey, of course, having a little gravy boat is super helpful. Having a really large size platter then for your turkey as well, just so that your presentation, you know, I feel like that's half the fun when you have a turkey. Then I love this white Corningware set. The fact that they come with lids too just makes it so easy to store things afterwards. But I love this set. Having some really big bowls as well, or just a variety of size bowls, is obviously important. And then I have these charcuterie boards, a couple different shapes and sizes, but again, kind of just depending on what you're serving. These are what I feel like are the staples, and you want to make sure you have plenty of serving utensils. That's the one thing that even if guests are bringing side dishes or, you know, other things for the meal, they might not be thinking to bring serving utensils for it. So just make sure you have some extras on hand. And then last but not least, I was going to share my roasting pan, because if you are making a turkey especially if you're getting a much larger sized bird, you wanna make sure that you have one of these roasting pans. That's not something you're probably going to use throughout the rest of the year unless you host very large dinners and make really large turkeys the rest of the season. But make sure you get one of these in advance because it's always one of those things that is sold out in stores if you wait until the last minute. Now for the cranberry sauce, reserve about half a cup of cranberries from the bag and put the rest in a pan over medium heat. Add 1 cup sugar, 2 tablespoons water, the juice of an orange and a juice of a lemon. Stir and cook until that sugar is dissolved and all the cranberries have burst. Then stir in the rest of those reserved cranberries.
All right, this is all done. So I'm just gonna pop it in the fridge and it can stay cool until I'm ready to serve dinner. And this one is honestly such a great recipe if you're asked to bring a side because it's super fast. You can refrigerate it. It will be completely fine if you make this the day in advance as well and refrigerate it overnight. But it's definitely an upgrade to that canned cranberry sauce. And one other thing I was just thinking of too, just to make sure that you have on hand is your Reynolds wrap or like, aluminum foil or your cling wrap, whatever you're kind of using to cover your items. It's definitely something you just want to make sure that you have on hand for the stuff that you're storing in the fridge or for the stuff that you're sending home with people. I also got, let me show you, I got this container of, it's like Rubbermaid take-alongs. I think for all 8 of these, it was like $4 and something. And they're pretty sturdy too, they're pretty deep. And I figured this way, with the leftovers, it just makes it easier for storing them and sending them home with people and not necessarily then worrying about getting your containers back. All right, I'm going to make the sangria now. I've got about an hour until the guests are arriving. So I'm gonna make the sangria, do a fast cleanup of everything so it's like fresh and clean when everybody walks in, and then I wanna go curl my hair. If I have time, hopefully I have the time. So I had 1 bottle of Apothic. You can use red. I got the dark for this though. I like the flavor with the sangria with the dark. Then add in some sparkling cider and some pomegranate juice, some pomegranate seeds, and then you'll need 5 cinnamon sticks, a sliced orange, and a thinly sliced pear. I don't know what happened to my clear ladle, but I got this ladle out and I was just gonna set the pear, and I sliced some oranges just to have as little garnishes for on the wine glasses for when the guests arrive. But I'm gonna clean up the kitchen in here now. Again, I've been kind of cleaning as I go. I think that really, really helps. And then the areas that I just know that the guests see the most, and make sure that the foyer, floors and stuff in there are nice and clean so it looks nice when guests come in. I'm gonna clean the bathroom so that it smells nice and fresh and clean, and then the kitchen. The dining room is already all set up. Let me show you in here. I did this in my last video if you wanna see how I set it up, and I just ended up getting the golds. These are the plastic utensils from Target, but I love them because they look fancy, but then you have less dishes to have to worry about doing. So it's kind of how I did everything, and I made that sign, but let's get basted. But I'm gonna light the candles in here then right before the guests come too. I didn't mention this earlier, but I always use these to clean in the bathroom, but I pulled them out for in here just because of the poultry. I feel like whenever I have raw meat, I like to use the Clorox wipes for just an extra good clean of where it was on the counters. And just a quick tip for you, do that clean of the kitchen and bathroom close to when your guests are arriving if you can, so that everything is clean and smells fresh. I'm about to clean this bathroom, but I did just have another thought too. Always make sure your trash cans are emptied, especially the bathroom ones. And just a nice touch if you have ladies coming, I always make sure that there's some feminine products under the sink too, just in case anybody needs something.
I'll be home for you.
normally like to do before guests arrive is a quick sweep of the floors.
How they paint this town in colors, but they hold nothing next to you, 'cause you're shining like no other. Ooh, I don't want what's wrapped in paper. No, I don't long for gifts of gold, but I'll be home for you.
All right, the rest of my friends arrived for our Friendsgiving, so I ended the video here so we could have some girl time. Thank you so much for coming home with me in today's video. Thanks for subscribing, and I will see you in the next one. If you have any holiday video requests, please let me know. Have a Merry Christmas, Happy Thanksgiving, and Happy Holidays.
Hey loves, it's Brianna. Welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a holiday cook with me. I have some super easy but so delicious recipes. I have side dish ideas for you, a main dish idea, and the most delicious dessert. It seriously is so good. I cannot wait to share this with you. If you're returning to my channel, welcome back. It's so good to see you. And if you're new, welcome to my home. I hope you hit that red subscribe button and join our community while you're watching today. But today's recipes are really about keeping it simple because I know this is such a stressful time. I'm like really feeling that this year. So I wanted to find recipes that I could make fast, easy, that were delicious, that were perfect for a smaller Thanksgiving or a smaller holiday gathering or maybe a Friendsgiving. So I hope that these recipes help you if you're looking for a little less stressful prep of a meal. And again, if you want like the full-on traditional Thanksgiving prep, I've got that video for you too. But I hope you enjoyed today's holiday cook with me video. I'm so glad that you're here.
Here's how I would backwards plan for this dinner. So you want to go grocery shopping 2 days before the dinner. Then the day before, you want to make the cheesecake so that it can be in the refrigerator overnight. You can also make the macaroni and cheese because it will taste even better a lot of times reheated the next day. The day of, I was planning for a 3 p.m. dinner. So I'm giving myself an hour to budget for prepping the sheet pan ingredients. It probably is not going to take that long, but better safe than sorry. Then I'm going to start making the sheet pan turkey dinner at 1. And while that is in the oven, I can be making the squash and the salad. And then I gave myself another 15 minutes buffer time for dinner to be ready by 3 p.m.
So for this maple cranberry cheesecake recipe, you will need maple syrup, some cranberry, whole berry cranberry sauce, 2 packages of cream cheese, some vanilla extract, 2 eggs, and then you can make either like the mini pie crust, or you can get just like one of the ready-made graham cracker pie crust. It just kind of like cuts out a lot of work time for this recipe. Did I say sugar? You will need sugar as well. And then I have some whole cranberries and some whipped cream that will be like the topping. Add in your can of cranberry sauce, 1/2 cup of maple syrup. Add your 2 packages of cream cheese, a teaspoon of vanilla extract, 1/2 cup of sugar, and 2 eggs. And blend this all together well. And then I've got my maple syrup and cranberry sauce, and I am just mixing this together over medium-high heat. I'm gonna add a tablespoon of cornstarch just to thicken this up.
Add a very small amount of the cream cheese mixture, and then a little bit of that cranberry maple mixture, and then enough cream cheese mixture to completely cover the top of that cranberry mixture.
If you're looking for other just Thanksgiving recipes or other Christmas holiday recipe ideas, check out the playlist I'm gonna have linked down in my description box below, because I have a full how to prep for Thanksgiving video if that's what you're looking for. I also have tons of other holiday decorating, tablescapes, all the things to just help you prepare and get ready and have as less stressful of the holiday season as possible, and have a friend to kind of do all the homemaking things with. That's what I make videos about here on my channel. All right, and I put these on a cookie sheet and I'm popping them in the oven, and they're at 325 for 25 minutes. And I refrigerated these overnight, so once they're cool the next day, I garnish them with some whipped cream, some sugared cranberries, and a little sprig of rosemary. This first side dish recipe is so easy. You need 3 pounds of butternut squash. So I just got in the frozen food section the already diced up butternut squash. Like each of these are a pound. You'll need 1 cup of fresh cranberries, olive oil, salt, cinnamon, honey, and then you'll need some feta cheese and some fresh parsley. In my always pan, I'm gonna add some olive oil. And once that has heated up over medium heat, I'm gonna add in my butternut squash. I'm gonna season this with salt. I'm gonna give this a little stir. And I'm gonna cover this until my butternut squash is more tender. And I'll just keep checking on this and stirring it occasionally. While that's cooking, I'm gonna chop up my fresh parsley. All right, now that my squash is cooked up nice and tender, I'm gonna add in my cup of cranberries. And the real key here is you don't wanna add the cranberries before the squash is cooked, or else the cranberries will burst. You wanna add them once the squash is all cooked, so that the cranberries just get like a little bit of cooking, but don't burst, or will kind of ruin the look of this dish. And I'm just gonna add a little bit of salt and pepper while these are cooked. Okay, these are all cooked. The cranberries get nice and plump, and then you know that's the time to remove it from the heat. That's the time to remove it from the heat. Okay, and I'm gonna add this to my serving bowl. Okay, so I'm gonna add a sprinkle of cinnamon over the top, then 2 to 3 tablespoons of honey, and then about 1/4 cup of feta cheese. And give like a very gentle zhuzh of a stir. And then I just added a little bit more feta on the top to add some good color. And then you want to do a sprinkle of some fresh parsley. And how gorgeous and easy is this side dish for Thanksgiving? Like, delicious and so pretty. And I say delicious because I have already tried this before, but I'll try it again for you. Oh, the torture. Seriously, it's so good. It's just so good because the butternut squash brings such a good fall flavor, and the feta adds like that creamy, cozy, and the fresh parsley and the cranberries just add like a little zip of freshness. Then there's like the honey and the cinnamon. I'm like smelling all around you. Like this dish smells so cozy and good for Thanksgiving too because of the honey and cinnamon. It's a really, really good one. So highly, I'm not gonna put my fork back in there again. It's already contaminated. I'm gonna have this for dinner tonight. Everything I'm making, we're having a little family dinner tonight. But highly recommend this if you are looking for a quick and easy Thanksgiving side recipe or like holiday side dish that you need to bring. This one is so good. All right, for this macaroni and cheese recipe, the kids are going to love it. You need a pound of noodles. I'm using the shells. You could also use macaroni noodles, but my kids really like the shells. And 2 cups of heavy cream, 3 cups white cheddar cheese, 1 cup of milk, and I use the entire stick of butter, so 8 tablespoons, and salt, pepper, a 1/4 cup of flour, and just a little splash of hot sauce. And I know that might sound weird for macaroni and cheese, but I promise you don't taste the hot sauce. It just tastes amazing. For this macaroni and cheese recipe, I'm gonna start off by boiling water in my perfect pot so that I can cook the shells. I'm adding just a little bit of salt to flavor the water. All right, my water's boiling, so I'm gonna add in my noodles. All right, you wanna cook the noodles until they're about 1 minute from whenever the box says al dente. These are good, so I'm gonna turn off the heat and we're gonna drain these. And what's really cool about the Perfect Pot, it actually has a built-in drain, so it makes it so easy when you're cooking pasta. All right, now we're gonna make the sauce for the macaroni and cheese. So I have my Perfect Pot and I have it on medium heat, and I'm gonna add in my stick of butter. And we'll get this all nice and melted down. All right, so my butter is melted down, so I'm going to add in my 1/4 cup of flour. Then I'm gonna add in my cream. And then I'm gonna add in a cup of milk. And I use whole wheat flour, by the way, so that's why my flour looks a little brown. If you use regular flour, it won't have those brown speckles in it, but I use whole wheat flour, so that's why. And I'm just going to keep stirring this for about 3 minutes. Okay, my sauce has gotten a little thicker, so I'm going to now add in the hot sauce and the salt and pepper and give it a good stir. And now I'm going to add in my cheese, and I let this set out at room temperature because then it just melts in a little bit better. So I'm just kind of going to add this in by small handfuls, and every time I add a couple, give it a stir into that cream mixture so it starts melting the cheese. And it's gonna get thicker and creamier. Oh yeah, we are getting cheesy. And I don't know about your kids, but my kids love macaroni and cheese. My husband also loves macaroni and cheese. He likes all the food my kids like, so I'm basically feeding 4 children over here. A lot of days, but this is such a good side to bring for the kids and the kids at heart for any holiday dinner. It's also just super easy to whip together too if you're looking for something that can be great as leftovers, because macaroni and cheese still tastes great the next day. So if you're looking to meal prep, this is a great recipe for that too. And I'm just stirring right now to make sure that the cheese melts really nice into that cream mixture, because what I don't want is for like the cheese to burn to the bottom of the pan. With which of the Perfect Pot, it's actually really hard for that to even happen. This is kind of like a foolproof pot to use for this recipe, but until you get your Perfect Pot, you want to make sure that you're really stirring to make sure that that cheese doesn't stick and burn to the bottom of your dish, or it's not going to taste that great having some burned macaroni and cheese. Okay, it looks like the cheese, yeah, the cheese is melted really good. It kind of is like a nice, thick, cheesy liquid. So I've got my cooked shells, and I'm just going to dump those right into my Perfect Pot. Stir and get those shells nice and coated in that ooey, gooey, delicious cheese. Like, how good does that look right now? Oh my goodness. Does not get much better than this. I think my kids are getting home from school if you hear them yelling outside. I'm gonna turn off the heat on this, and another side dish is done. So easy, so good. They're gonna be so excited. Guess what Mom made? Macaroni and cheese. The white shells macaroni and cheese. You see it?
Yeah. Yay!
And I added 1 extra cup of cheese to this because I wanted it to be just a little thicker, and it is thickening up perfectly. So if you like your macaroni and cheese like extra gooey cheesy, just add 1 more cup once you're kind of all done, and it made it so gooey and cheesy. Like, oh, I'm excited to eat it too. I was like kind of making fun of Adam. I'm excited to eat macaroni and cheese tonight too. For a fast taste test of this macaroni and cheese. Guys, this is the best. It is so good. It is so creamy and delicious. It's so good. I mean, I know you can use this for a holiday meal, but really this could be like a weekly staple. It's delicious. Next recipe, we're gonna make a vinaigrette. So you need to finely slice 1 shallot. On medium heat, add a 1/4 cup of olive oil to your pan, and that sliced up shallot. Sliced up shallot. Why can't I say that word? You know what I mean. Then add 2 tablespoons of fresh chopped sage. And that's what I liked about this recipe, is since there was like a lot of overlap of ingredients, it made grocery shopping a little bit easier for this. Then add in 2 tablespoons of honey and 2 tablespoons of balsamic vinegar, a 1/4 cup of pomegranate juice, and then you want to add salt and pepper, and then a sprinkle of red pepper flakes. And I'm just going to cook this until those shallots, whatever, until they're cooked down. Okay, so those are cooked down, so I'm just going to turn this off and let it cool. All right, then in a salad bowl, I'm gonna add chopped kale. And then I have this other chopped salad that has Brussels sprouts, cabbage, and broccolini. And I just want this to be all nice and mixed up real good. All right, so now I'm going to add the vinaigrette over the top of the salad. And if you do when it's a little bit warm still, like not piping hot, but can still be kind of warm, this is like a really nice cozy salad. That's what I kind of like about it, is salads, I feel like a lot of times you think like, oh, really crisp and cool and chill, but I sort of like when there's a warm vinaigrette on salads during fall or winter time, because I feel like it just kind of adds to that season a little bit. And then I'm gonna add to the top of this a cup of fresh cranberries. I just like love the color that adds. And then some nice salty pumpkin seeds, or the pepitas. These are just so good on the top of this salad. And then be careful, because if you're cutting a fresh pomegranate, these puppies, they stain everything real bad. So just to warn you. But with a spoon, I just kind of hack away at the little pomegranate seeds after I cut it in half. And these are gonna go then on the top of the salad as well. And you wanna try to avoid getting like the white parts of the shell, because those taste super bitter. Like you just wanna get the seeds. I know a lot of times you can buy like the palm seeds. I sort of think it's sort of worth it than having to hack away at a pomegranate, but they didn't have those at our grocery store here. And the pomegranate, kind of like with the cranberries, they just add such a beautiful holiday color to this salad. Like I just think it's so pretty with the pomegranates and the cranberries and the green kale. Oops, I got some of that white I don't want in there because it tastes bitter. But yeah, I'll keep hacking away at this, but you get the idea. It's just like a really beautiful, rich in color salad, and like so perfect for the holidays with that deep berry color and the greens. But yeah, just be really careful, because I even just got like a little splash of that juice And you want to wipe that up right away, especially if you have white countertops, because it will stain your countertops immediately. And just make sure none of the little berries like fall onto the floor, because if they do get stepped on, it's probably going to ruin your floors and the shoes too. It's just like really, really powerful dye. Not dye, but you know what I mean? Like the juice is very, very powerful. It will stain. But there we go. The salad is all done. Again, this is like such a great side to bring, especially if you're looking for like something that is a healthier addition to the traditionally like heavier type of fare around the holidays. I just love this one. And it's like so gourmet, so festive, so delicious, so fresh, and just like so gorgeous in color too. Like it's definitely an eye candy type of a salad. This one pan holiday dinner is so good if you're just making like a smaller Thanksgiving or having a smaller holiday meal. You need a stick of butter, a cup and a half of chicken broth. You need 4 cups of stuffing. I'm using the cornbread stuffing. You need a package of pork sausage. I got the country style. You need a boneless turkey breast. This one is like just around 3 pounds, but like 2 to 3 pounds. You need a couple of cups of fresh green beans. I haven't cut off the stems and stuff yet. That's next on my to-do list. 2 sweet potatoes, some chopped fresh sage, a medium-sized onion, 2 celery stalks, and then you need a half a cup of marshmallows, stick of butter, 4 tablespoons of candied pecans, 2 tablespoons brown sugar, salt, pepper, and olive oil. That fresh chopped sage smells so good. So with these green beans, I'm just removing the like hard stem ends from each side. And I just use my finger. I feel like it's easier than actually doing it with a knife. It's just like easier to tear it right off. This is at least how we'd always do it when I was a kid. I think my mom would get green beans even in our garden sometimes, or even at least like from the grocery store, from like local farmer's market, that kind of stuff. We would do this, help her out in the kitchen. This is an 18 by 13 baking dish. I'm just gonna spray the whole thing with cooking spray. Now in my always pan, I'm gonna melt 3 tablespoons of butter. Now that's all melted, I'm gonna add in the onions and celery. And then I'm gonna add in half the package of sausage. And I wanna break up that sausage real good. And you wanna cook this until the veggies are nice and softened and the sausage is no longer pink. Like it will just have a tinge of brown on it. And then I'm going to add in 2 tablespoons of that chopped fresh sage and salt and pepper. And then I need to add in my 4 cups of the cornbread stuffing. Finally, the 1.5 cups of the chicken broth. And I'm gonna mix this all together, cook for 1 minute, and then remove it from the heat. And that's just another thing I really love about this pan is how nothing really sticks to it. Like everything comes up so easy when you're cooking. It's awesome. But okay, it's been a minute. I'm gonna turn this off and remove it from the heat. And now I got another piece of tin foil and I'm just gonna spray this with cooking spray as well. Very liberally. And I'm using olive oil spray, by the way. Okay, what I want to do is make a mound of this stuffing on this side of the pan. You want to set that turkey breast right on top of the stuffing. Then I melted 3 tablespoons of butter in a bowl in the microwave. And I'm going to add another teaspoon of sage to this, the fresh sage. And I just kind of want to drizzle this all over the top of that turkey breast then. Then with the foil, I'm just gonna wrap this all around the turkey breast. And you want the foil to cover it so that the turkey doesn't get burned. I'm actually gonna add just another little piece to the top of this. And then I'm gonna add the sweet potatoes face side down with this side of the pan. Pop this into the oven for an hour to an hour and 15 minutes. And then we'll add the green beans and make the toppings for the sweet potatoes. And there's about 10 to 20 minutes left on your turkey. That's when you wanna take the foil off of the turkey. And let that top of that turkey get nice and brown. And then you want to take those green beans and we're going to toss them in some olive oil and salt and pepper. And this is totally optional, but I'm going to add some minced garlic to the green beans, like a big heaping tablespoon of it. I really like my green beans with garlic and olive oil, so I'm gonna just zhuzh that around with the green beans too. We're gonna make the butter for the sweet potatoes. So I have the 3 tablespoons of butter, 2 tablespoons of brown sugar, and I'm gonna add some salt to this as well. And then I'm just going to mix this all together. I feel like it needs more butter, so I'm actually gonna add more butter to this. I'm gonna add like 3 more tablespoons of butter to this. Why not double up the butter? Everything's better with more butter. It's all good. All right, now we're gonna construct these potatoes. So with my fork, I'm just gonna kind of chunk out the insides of these potatoes, and they're like a really nice, like soft mashed potato-y sort of a consistency. So I just wanna get them all like nice and mashed up, and then we'll start mixing in that delicious brown sugar butter with this filling. It's going to taste so good. These are basically going to be dessert potatoes, like literal sweet potatoes. All right, so now you just wanna like quarter up this butter brown sugar mixture over each of the potatoes. And see, it already just kind of starts like melting in when it's on the top there. But you can just kind of start like with the fork, smushing this mixture into the sweet potatoes. Oh my gosh, does that not? It already looks like so good. We're gonna make it even better. Let's wait. I would just say, if you're like picking up potatoes in the store, like getting some pretty large sweet potatoes for this, I personally just think is better, because you could even then, like when you serve them, you could cut them into quarters even, and everybody could just take a quarter if they're not necessarily ready for a huge half. But I feel like, why not? These are like so good. And it takes so much work to put it all together, so it's sort of like, make it worth your while, right? All right, and then I have 4 tablespoons of candied walnuts, and I'm just gonna take these and again, sprinkle them kind of evenly. I can use this instead of my hands. Sprinkle them evenly over the tops of these potatoes. And if this isn't already knocking your socks off with how amazing they look, now we're gonna add the mini marshmallows. And these, I'm just gonna kind of spread evenly over the tops of these potatoes, and they're gonna bake up and look so good and delicious. Again, these are like legit sweet potatoes. It's like sweet potato heaven over here. I've now removed the turkey breast from the top of the stuffing, and I'm gonna keep the stuffing on the pan so that the parts of it that were underneath the turkey are gonna get a little bit browner and crunchier. And I'm gonna now add those green beans that I mixed with the olive oil and the garlic and the salt and pepper to the pan. And I'm going to then bake this for 15 minutes. All right, and after about 10 or 15 minutes of the turkey breast sitting is when you can slice it. You just wanna let it at least sit for a little bit so that it gets nice and juicy inside before you slice it. Because if you slice it too soon, you kind of lose out on all those juices staying with the meat so that it's nice and tender. I just popped these out of the oven. So I'm gonna slide the green beans over to one side and take that stuffing, put it in the middle. I'm gonna put my sweet potatoes on the other side. Okay, so I have everything on my sheet pan and I'm gonna put it back in the oven just so that the marshmallows get nice and browned. And just keep an eye on it, but it's probably gonna be about 5 minutes. The stuffing is all nice and browned. The marshmallows are all nice and brown. It looks so good. Green beans are a little bit toasty. And here is the completed holiday dinner all on one pan. Again, this is just like such an easy way to have a delicious holiday dinner all on one pan. So it's like the easiest thing to cook and have ready to go for when your guests come. Quite a feast in this video today. I'm so excited to eat. I don't know about you. I'm gonna do a fast little taste test though, because I've gotta let you know how this holiday sheet pan turned out with the turkey and the stuffing. Turkey and stuffing is my favorite because when I was a kid, we would always have turkey and stuffing on both Thanksgiving and Christmas. So whenever I have a bite of turkey and stuffing, I'm just like back to all those holiday memories as a child. Mmm. Sorry, I'm gonna talk with my mouth full. So good, so moist. The stuffing with the cornbread is phenomenal, and that saged butter on top of the turkey. It's so moist, so delicious, so good. Such a perfect alternative if you don't want to roast a whole turkey. Like, I heard too that there's only really large sized turkeys this year, or there's like a shortage of smaller sized turkeys, so I think this is a really great alternative if you're looking to still have turkey and stuffing, but not do the whole bird. And now the sweet potatoes. This is like what I'm the most excited to try. With the marshmallows. I got a big bite. Mmm. Mmm. Shut the front door. Those are the best sweet potatoes. Honestly, if you can only make one thing, make the sweet potatoes. Those are phenomenal. I think anybody in your crowd is going to be so happy if you bring those to the table. So good. But thank you so much for watching this video and for cooking with me today. And it's just so fun getting to hang out and do all the fun homemaking stuff with this YouTube internet family that we have. It's just the coolest thing. So I hope you have a really happy Thanksgiving, a very Merry Christmas. And if you're looking for other Thanksgiving videos, don't forget I have a ton more on my channel. I'll have that playlist linked down below. Thank you again so much for watching. I'm sending you all the love and aloha from here in Hawaii for this Thanksgiving and Christmas and holiday season. Thanks, love. My name is Brianna. I'm a mom of 2, about to be 3 any day now. And today we're gonna talk turkey. We're gonna talk about how to prep for Thanksgiving Even though this meal, we eat it on Thanksgiving in my family, as a child, we also made it for Christmas. So this could be something if you want to cook like a turkey dinner with all the fixins for anything this holiday season, because why not? Let's celebrate. 2020 has been hard enough as it is. I wanted to be able to help you because I have been hosting Thanksgiving now in our home for over 30 people for, gosh, I think the last 3 years. And because of the baby this year, it's the first year I'm taking a break. So I hope that I'm able to help you if maybe this is the first time you're gonna be preparing a Thanksgiving meal. A lot of you told me on my Christmas Clean and Decorate With Me video, you really wanted a Thanksgiving recipe, homemaking tips, how to have Thanksgiving dinner video. So that's what we're gonna talk about today. The key thing you need to remember is backwards planning is essential for you to have a successful Thanksgiving dinner. And I totally went back into teacher mode here. I used to teach 7th grade English, made a little PowerPoint for you that I'm gonna show, as well as I'll show you like my calendar that I used last year that I made it then for this year. So for Thanksgiving here in the US at least, so you can see how everything is backwards planned and scheduled out on the calendar. So our Thanksgiving menu is I start with rolls and butter. I have the turkey that is then stuffed, and then also the gravy, mashed potatoes, a sweet potato casserole. I make homemade cranberry sauce. Then I do spinach and bacon as like sort of vegetable side. The bacon kind of takes away from that. I also make Thanksgiving sangria and a pumpkin pie cheesecake. And all of these recipes besides the rolls and the spinach and bacon, because the rolls I usually just get crescent roll dough and make those. And the spinach and bacon is just very simple. I literally just use like a package of spinach and cook like a pound of bacon that's chopped up and add it together. So it's like very, very simple. But all of the other recipes I do have in my cookbook. But this is my cookbook. It's available on Amazon everywhere because you can get it in an ebook form. So if you're like, I need these recipes right now, you can download the ebook version, or you can order this copy to get delivered to you. But I have an entire section that is all my like Thanksgiving recipes and just sort of like my family stories behind everything. So all of the recipes are in there. If you get it, let me know. But I also am going to share with you how I make a bunch of the food in today's video too, because when I was making the cookbook, I filmed when I was making all the Thanksgiving food. So I have that at the end of this video, but I just wanted to talk more in the beginning of this about how I backwards plan to make this pretty extensive meal possible, especially for a very large amount of people. All right, so backwards planning. It might be a little shocking how far in advance that you actually need to get the ball rolling on this, but you actually need to start 4 to 5 days before Thanksgiving so that your turkey is properly defrosted. So I would recommend having your turkey ordered those 5 days before Thanksgiving, and firstly cleaning out your fridge so that you have enough space to fit the turkey. And you also need space anyways to like fit all of the other groceries once you get those. But have the fridge cleaned out, have the turkey in there defrosting, especially if you're getting a larger bird. Like a 20-pound turkey should be in the fridge for 4 to 5 days before you actually cook it. And if you're gonna brine your turkey, that's why I end up getting my turkey on like the Sunday before Thanksgiving, so it can sit in the fridge, because then Wednesday I'm brining my turkey. Then 2 days before Thanksgiving, so I would recommend on Tuesday, have your groceries delivered or go to the grocery store, whatever you're doing at this point in time to shop for your groceries. Then the day before, I kind of broke this down into morning and afternoon tasks. So in the morning, you wanna brine your turkey first thing, so that way your turkey is in the brine for about 24 hours, so it is the most flavorful and tender turkey of your life. Everyone who's told me that they've used the recipe that's in the cookbook to brine their turkey has been like, this was the best our turkey has ever turned out. So give it a try. I really, really think it just enhances your turkey so much. You've got to try the brine recipe. And then that morning, I will tear the stuffing bread so that it gets to sit out for 24 hours before I stuff the turkey the next morning. And this is also the time then that I prep the pumpkin pie cheesecake, because that tastes best if it's refrigerated for like overnight. So I like to make it in the morning so that it's completely done for dessert the next afternoon. Then once I have that food stuff prepped in the morning, I get to cleaning the house. You guys probably know if you've watched other videos on my channel. If you haven't and you're looking for cleaning motivation, check out my cleaning videos on here. But this is where I pay particular attention to the spots in the house that the guests are going to be, the bathrooms, making sure that soap's fully stocked, toilet paper's fully stocked, that there's fresh towels in the bathroom, any places where the guests congregate. Basically, I just try to think about wherever guests might be sitting, hanging out, where kids are playing, make sure all of that is tidy and cleaned before they come. And depending on the weather where you live and just what you're kind of doing this Thanksgiving, if there are going to be guests coming to your home, make sure that you have your coat closet cleared out so that you have enough space for coats, or if you have hooks, like everything off the hooks so that they can hang their coats there, that you have a designated place for people to take off their shoes. And this year, if we were having guests, I would definitely have hand sanitizer by the door, masks ready by the door, just those like little extras this year to keep everything sort of safe and social distanced. And then that might also be something that you consider of when you're cleaning, if you're gonna be like setting up chairs or any of the spaces a little bit differently for social distancing. Such a crazy year. Thank you, 2020. But then also when it comes to setting your table, whether you're going to do a really decorative tablescape or if you're gonna kind of have separate tables because of social distancing too for different families, however you need to do it this year, I just like to have all of that done the day before. Then that afternoon or evening is when I block off a couple of hours to do a bunch of the food prep of the side dishes that I can just do the day in advance so that I don't have to sweat about it on Thanksgiving, because there's already a lot. I feel like going on that day and I can enjoy the Thanksgiving parade with my family a little bit too in the morning. So I prep the cranberry sauce the day before, and you can prep the sweet potato casserole the day before, the mashed potatoes the day before. You can make your rolls the day before, and I also make my spinach and bacon side dish the day before too. I would just recommend when you make all of these things, have them in either your like baking dish, your casserole dish, or if you don't have a ton of those things on hand, you can get the aluminum baking dishes. So that way you have everything kind of prepped, ready. You can put them all in the fridge, and then the next day you pop them in the oven to heat them so that they're ready for when you're actually serving dinner. Second tip to think about is if you don't have a lot of serving utensils, you might also want to get some plastic serving utensils for all of these dishes that you're going to be making too. All right, morning of, it's usually a pretty early morning if you're making a big bird. So if you're like making a 20-pound turkey and you're gonna have dinner at 3, which I feel like is the normal time we usually have it with our family, I will be up at like 5 o'clock in the morning because I'm preheating the oven at 5:30, taking the turkey out of the brine, stuffing the bird, and making sure then that it is in the oven by 7 a.m. If it's in there a little earlier, that's fine. Earlier is better. Like being a little ahead is always good for this kind of a meal. But I want to make sure that the turkey is in there for long enough, because it takes 20 minutes per pound at 350 degrees for your turkey to cook, but it actually takes a little bit longer. So usually I do like 22 minutes a pound if you're putting stuffing in the bird. So it takes like 7 hours and 20 minutes is what it would take for 7 hours and 20 minutes is what it would take to cook a stuffed 20-pound turkey. So that's kind of what I budget for. And again, backwards planning here is really essential because you want the turkey to be out of the oven. I plan for like an hour before I actually say my dinner time is, because it needs to sit for like 15 to 30 minutes before you actually cut it, and it takes about 30 minutes to cut it. So that's why I always budget that it's out of the oven an hour before I say dinner time is, and then I have that hour to reheat all of the sides and things that I made the day before. The morning of is also when I make my sangria. It can be refrigerated all day and it still tastes amazing. The recipe, by the way, is in the cookbook too. But done that way, if you need a little bit of sangria to get you through the day, it's done. And the reason I kind of like this setup of everything sort of being prepped the day before is then I have time to watch the Thanksgiving Day parade with the kids, get the kids ready, get myself ready before guests come. And then that way about an hour before the guests arrive, which we usually will have guests arriving about an hour, hour and a half before like I'm going to serve the dinner so that they can visit. And if people are like running a little late or anything like that, they're there by the time that dinner's ready. So an hour before guests arrive, I will light candles. I'll just do a double check of the bathrooms and the spaces and make sure like everything is tidy and ready to go. Then an hour before dinner time is when, again, I take the turkey out of the oven, let it sit. Adam will cut it about 30 minutes before we eat, or his dad has helped him, I think other years too. But this is where then I will put in both of the potato dishes at 350 so that they are like fully reheated. And I keep them covered so that like the top doesn't get brown, except for then the sweet potato casserole, which you add the marshmallows to the top and let those get nice and brown. You keep an eye on them, but it's anywhere from like 5 to 15 minutes, or you can like do it a lot faster if you put your broiler on. But I just like the potatoes to be like nice and heated through. And this is also the point then that I will make the gravy on the stove with the drippings from the turkey. Now 30 minutes before dinner time is when I add the rolls and the veggie side, the spinach and bacon, to the oven just on keep warm. Keep the potatoes in there, except I usually remove the sweet potato casserole because I don't want the marshmallows to get like melted on it. But I'll keep the mashed potatoes in there, and that way everything is just staying nice and hot until I actually serve it. And then that like last 15 minutes before dinner, I feel like that's always like the crazy time, but that's when I set out the cranberry sauce, I set out any like the condiments, butter, and then I just start getting the food out of the oven. And if I'm transferring anything to more of a serving dish, that's when I do that. Or if you're kind of gonna let everybody go buffet style, it's just like setting everything out, and again, making sure everything has a serving utensil for when they go to get everything out. And this is my calendar for this year. I kind of applied everything that I did last year and put it into this calendar. You can see like it does start days before Thanksgiving, so just make sure you're prepared and have a defrosted turkey. And then really that day before, I would say, is like the heaviest load. The day of just is a little more stressful when guests, you know, start arriving and you just want everything to be going smoothly. But the bulk of the work you can put in the day before Thanksgiving, and just be prepared for an early morning on Thanksgiving to get that bird in the oven early so that it is cooked and ready long before your guests are actually ready to sit down and eat dinner. But you can definitely like play around with any of the preps on these things too. I mean, you could definitely even make the potatoes and stuff like that 2 days in advance if you wanted to spread this out a little bit more. But this is just kind of how I laid out the calendar that works best for me. I always just want to be transparent. I learn something new. I feel like every single year, every time I host something, I think of something else that's helpful. So if you're watching this and there's something that you do, or a tip you have, or something you've seen your mom or your grandma do that was like really wonderful and helpful, please share it so that we're always learning from each other in the comments. That's what I absolutely love about this community. But all right, now it is time for the actual Thanksgiving recipes. Again, they're all in my cookbook, but I hope you enjoy seeing the walkthrough in this video, so that as you make them with me, you can like even put on this video and follow along with me and the recipe in the cookbook. I am so excited today to share with you all of my recipes that I love making for my family every single Thanksgiving holiday. I did make them a little early this year because of little babe's due date. So when you see this, the baby may or may not be here. Check over on Instagram. But all of these recipes and more are also in my new cookbook, which if you're interested in getting a hard copy of it, I'll have that link down in the description box below. But I hope you're excited to cook Thanksgiving dinner with me today.
The first recipe I'm walking you through today is my turkey brine recipe. For this brine, you get a large stock pot, add 3 cups apple cider, 2 cups brown sugar, 1 cup of sea salt, 3 tablespoons peppercorns, bay leaves, 2 heaping tablespoons of minced garlic, 4 sprigs of rosemary, the rinds of 3 oranges, and 2 gallons of water. And then you bring all of this to a boil. Then you need to let this cool completely.
Okay, Okay, so I'm letting the turkey brine cool, but I did just want to show you guys some of the gear I got this year. So I got this, it's like a 5-gallon bucket. You can get them right on Amazon. And then these are brining bags. I think it came in a 5 or 10 pack, I can't remember. But you can put this right inside the bucket then, so that then you can put the turkey and the brine right in there and just cover it with foil and either put it in the fridge, or if you're making this at Thanksgiving time and you got cold weather, my mom would always like to put it in the snow or out in the cold garage too.
Make sure your turkey is cleaned. I don't know how this happened, but when I filmed this, the turkey that the grocery store delivered had no legs. So make sure, no matter if your turkey has legs or not, you rinse the turkey in cold water, remove all the giblets and the bag of innards from inside of the turkey before you put it in the brine. I know the first time I made a turkey, I did not realize that there was like multiple bags of stuff on the inside. So make sure you check the inside of the turkey really, really well and remove everything. Then put the turkey into the bucket and cover completely in that cooled brine. And you want to refrigerate this or keep it cool for 16 to 24 hours. The longer, the better the flavor. It will seriously turn out amazing. Also the night before, I tear up 2 loaves of bread to stale overnight for the stuffing. And then the next morning, I finish making the stuffing. I chop 5 to 6 celery stalks, 1 yellow onion, and cook this in a stick of butter until it's all softened. Then add this to the bowl of bread. And then add 2 eggs, salt and pepper, Old Bay seasoning, garlic powder, and mix it all together. And then slowly add in some water to make your stuffing a little sticky. You don't want it to be soaked, just sticky. And if you want to make your stuffing extra flavorful, I'll boil the giblets that are in those bags that are inside the turkey in water, and then I use that water to pour over the stuffing. That's the way my mom and grandma always make it. Now, take that turkey out of the brine and rinse it. and then put it on your baking pan, and you want to stuff that turkey as full of that stuffing as you can get it. And then any extra stuffing, you can add that to a greased baking dish, keep it refrigerated, and then you can bake it the last 30 to 45 minutes that your turkey's in the oven. And then you can add the giblets to the bottom of the baking pan with half a cup of water. And then I slice up a stick of butter into small pats and just add this all over the top of the turkey. It will like stick to the turkey skin. And then you want to season all over that turkey with salt and pepper, and then cover it with foil, and you want to keep the foil on until the last 30 minutes of baking. And you're going to bake your turkey at 350 degrees. You want to baste it every 30 minutes, getting that water and drippings from the bottom of the pan all over the turkey. And you want to bake it for 22 minutes for every pound of the turkey. And then for your gravy, once the turkey is all done baking, take that water out of the bottom of the baking pan, remove the giblets if you put them in there, and then in a pot, whisk in 2 cups of turkey broth, a tablespoon of cornstarch, and half a cup of flour. And make sure this gets really smooth as you bring it to a simmer, and then just keep your gravy warm until you're ready to serve. For the pumpkin pie cheesecake, I make this the day before so that it has plenty of time to chill in the fridge. But you make the crust using 1.5 cups of graham cracker crumbs, 1/3 cup of sugar, 6 tablespoons melted butter, and half a teaspoon of cinnamon. And you push this evenly into the pie pan. Next, mix 2 8-ounce packages of cream cheese. It's best if you do this when they've sat out at room temperature. And then add half a cup of sugar, a teaspoon of vanilla, and 2 large eggs. Then put half of this mixture into the pie. In your mixing bowl, add in half a cup of pumpkin puree and 2 teaspoons of pumpkin spice, and mix all of that together so that it turns into like a pumpkin pie cream cheese mixture. And then gently put that pumpkin batter on top of the plain cheesecake layer. Be careful not to mix this because it looks really pretty when it is layered. And then you want to bake this at 325 degrees for 35 minutes. Let it cool for 1 hour and then refrigerate overnight, and then add whipped cream on top when you're ready to serve. Now for the sweet potato casserole, this is such a simple side. Just pour 2 cans of yams, 3/4 cup of brown sugar, 1/2 cup of butter, 1.5 teaspoons salt, 1/2 teaspoon vanilla, and if you don't have any nut allergies in your family, I skipped this step because of Landon, but you can add 1/2 cup of chopped pecans into the mixing bowl and mash all of this together. And then you want to spread this into a 13 by 9 greased baking dish. Bake this for 15 minutes and then take it out of the oven and top with a package of mini marshmallows. And nothing wrong with using the whole bag of marshmallows either. Then you can bake for 10 minutes or until those marshmallows are nice and golden brown on top. For the green bean casserole, in a large mixing bowl, add in a 10-ounce can of cream of mushroom soup with 1/2 cup of milk, 1 cup mozzarella cheese, 1 teaspoon soy sauce, black pepper, 2 14-ounce cans of French-style green beans, and 2/3 cup of French fried onions, and stir all this together. Then add it to a greased 1.5 quart casserole dish, and you want to bake this at 350 degrees for 30 minutes. The bean mixture should be nice and bubbling, and then you want to top it with the rest of the French fried onions for another 10 minutes of baking or until those onions are golden brown on the top. Thank you so much for watching this Thanksgiving Cook With Me. I hope that it gave you a ton of ideas. Don't forget, all of these recipes and more are in my new cookbook. I'll have it linked down below. And I just want to thank you so much for being here. I'm so thankful for each and every single one of you. And I hope that you have a wonderful and blessed Thanksgiving with your friends and your family, whether it's in person or virtual this year. Hi loves, happy Thanksgiving. And I have even more Thanksgiving recipes for you, like the mashed potatoes and Thanksgiving sangria and cranberry sauce, all in my cookbook. So make sure you check it out over on Amazon. I hope that it helps you make wonderful Thanksgiving dinners for many years to come. It also has all my family's Christmas cookie recipes and brunch recipes for Christmas, so a lot of great holiday recipes for you over the next few weeks. But I'm sending you all of my love and wishing you a very happy Thanksgiving.
When going home alone.
My name is Brianna K. You might know me as Bits of Brie, and today's video is my new Clean and Decorate With Me Part 1 for Thanksgiving 2019. I hope that this gives you lots of motivation to clean your home, decorate for Thanksgiving, whether you're hosting Thanksgiving or a Friendsgiving like I was in this video. But I'm so excited to cook lots of yummy Thanksgiving food with you today. I'll be sharing a bunch of our family recipes for Thanksgiving in this video. I have a super easy cranberry sauce, a cheesy green bean casserole. I'll show you how to brine and roast your turkey, and I'll share our secret family stuffing recipe, and also a Thanksgiving sangria recipe that I tried. And I'll be sharing more recipes in part 2, so make sure you're subscribed, have your notifications on for the next Clean and Decorate With Me for Thanksgiving video that will be out next week. And if you love my Clean and Decorate With Me videos, please click that thumbs up button and let me know in the comments while you watch today what you like. I love hearing from you. And I hope today's Clean and Decorate With Me video helps anyone if you're hosting Thanksgiving or need to bring a dish or a drink to a Thanksgiving or Friendsgiving. And I'll be sharing some of my homemaker hacks for hosting Thanksgiving later in this video too. And I would love if you could share this video on your Facebook or share on your Instagram while you're watching, just so that it helps other people who might be hosting or need recipe ideas too. Just make sure that you tag me so that I can share.
They never seem to leave my mind. On this road that I am on, I
gotta stay here for some time. Bruises, they come and they go, and we have to try and keep up, 'cause this life's so much more.
And candle recommendation, this Bath & Body Works Spice Chestnut candle is amazing. It's the perfect Thanksgiving home scent. If you have any other candle recommendations, let me know. I love hearing what you like too. And I'm taking down the Christmas decor that I had set up for some other projects that I've been working on that you'll see on here over the next few weeks. I cannot wait to share with you. So make sure that you're subscribed and have notifications on so you don't miss anything.
I worry about the weather.
And I will link my Thanksgiving decor and tablescape decorations, so in case you're wanting to replicate this look for your home when you decorate, you can.
And my hope begins to grow. Been staring out my window, looking for a sign, something to remind me of the place I left behind. My time of the year. There's a feeling I remember from the time when I was young, on the last days of December. Me and you and everyone, we would run around the big house where your cousins used to live, and we do lots of things I know our folks would not forgive. My time of the year. Oh, I know it's a lot to ask for a day to forever last. I could wash my hands, but still would relive my past. My time of the year. My time of the year.
And I just love decorating with battery twinkle lights lately. They're only a couple of bucks. I got these ones from Target, but they just add such magic to any table, especially reflecting off the sequins in this tablecloth. And I saw these place cards on Pinterest, and I thought it was such a cute idea for Thanksgiving or for Christmas to put the name cards. These are from Hobby Lobby, and you put them right into the pine cones. And I got this twinkle light curtain on Amazon, and it's honestly huge, but it gave the room such a cool effect. I'm so excited to use it for future parties for the kids and stuff too.
The wonders of life got the prettiest side for everyone to enjoy. Standing up close by the Christmas tree, glimmering light, I am right where I wanna be. I will be home for a couple of days, wander around with you. You and me in the cold, thought it'd never be true. Wherever I go, I got
And
you.
friendly reminder or warning, today is the last day that you can order merch from my Etsy shop for holiday delivery, so please make sure you get your orders in ASAP. I will have the link down below. I just want to make sure that you get your orders in and don't miss out. So here's the final look of the table and place settings. Let me know in the comments if you like it.
Some kind of love, my friend. I'll pray it will never end. Do you like to be here too? It's Christmas.
Now in the kids' dining room, I'm decorating that space for Thanksgiving too, because when we host, we need to have both rooms set up with tables because we have so many people. So I'm going to do gold Thanksgiving balloons in here with some clear light up pumpkins and leaves and rose gold turkeys. And we will be getting longer tables next week to set up. So you will see that in my next Clean and Decorate With Me video for Thanksgiving too.
Darling, it's time for your present. Come on.
I'll have some more cleaning and decorating to do later on, but now it's time to cook with me for my Friendsgiving, and we're gonna start off with my turkey brine recipe that you should do 24, at the very least 16 hours in advance of baking your turkey. All right, today I'm just gonna share with you how I'm prepping my turkey, how I make my turkey brine. So you will need a turkey, 3 oranges, sea salt, apple cider, light brown sugar, garlic, bay leaves, rosemary, and mixed peppercorns. And I always use one of these heavy duty tubs for the turkey brine to actually sit in this then overnight. And you'll also need an extra large stock pot to cook the brine. Add 2 gallons of water to a large boiling pot, 3 cups cider, 2 cups brown sugar, 1 cup sea salt, 3 tablespoons peppercorn, 5 bay leaves, 4 rosemary sprigs, 2 heaping tablespoons of garlic, you know I love my garlic, 3 orange rinds, and bring all this to a boil on high. It's boiling, just make sure all the salt and sugar feels dissolved when you give it a stir. And I think we're good. So we'll turn this off and let it cool completely before we're gonna put the turkey and the brine in there. Another thing for your stuffing, just open your bag of bread because it should be a little stale the night before. I just let it sit out like that before I make the stuffing for the turkey in the morning. Let the brine cool completely. I actually set ours out in the snow to cool quickly because it was snowy and very cold here. And then you should prep your turkey. Follow the turkey package directions for how to properly thaw your turkey. And then when you take it out of the package, I toss the turkey neck, but I keep the giblets for the stuffing and the gravy recipes. You'll see how I use them later. But rinse your turkey well. Add the turkey to the bucket, then pour the cooled brine over the turkey. I cover the bucket with foil, and this should either be refrigerated overnight, or I put ours in our cold garage because it was in the 30s at night, or you could keep this on ice so that it stays cool overnight. We'll finish the turkey and stuffing and gravy tomorrow later on in this video. For this green bean casserole recipe, you will need a teaspoon of soy sauce. So I'm just using a leftover Chinese food packet. Black peppercorn, a can of cream of mushroom soup. You need the 10.5 ounce can. You need 2 of the French style green bean cans. They're the 14.5 ounce ones. Some of the French's crispy fried onions. A cup of cheese. This is optional, but I like to make it this way. And I accidentally grabbed the chocolate milk. Let me grab the regular. Don't put chocolate milk in your green bean casserole. That would be nasty. Use white milk and you'll need half a cup.
Drain those 2 cans of green beans.
This is kind of a dump and go casserole. You just kind of dump all the cans in.
Add in the cream of mushroom soup, half a cup of milk, add in a cup of shredded cheese, add 1 teaspoon soy sauce,
and you just put 2/3 of a cup in there. Save the rest of this for the topping after it's fully baked. Even though they're so good by themselves, honestly, I could just eat these. Don't eat them, save them.
And mix all those casserole ingredients together with a spatula and smooth it out. I refrigerate this until right before dinner. Then bake the casserole for 30 minutes on 350 degrees. Top with the remaining fried onions, bake for 10 more minutes, and you're ready to serve. This is so yummy and so easy to make. Another easy recipe, we're making homemade cranberry sauce. Get a 12-ounce bag of frozen cranberries and reserve half a cup. Add 1 cup sugar, juice half of an orange, and add a tablespoon of lemon juice, 2 tablespoons water, and cook over low heat for 10 minutes until the sugar is dissolved.
All right, now we've got to turn up the heat and burst these cranberries bubbles.
Reduce the heat to low and stir in the reserved cranberries. Add some sugar and a sprinkle of salt to taste. Let this cool before serving. Time to share our family's secret stuffing recipe. This is passed down from Gigi to my mom to me.
So for your stuffing, you need a large onion and 5 or 6 celery stalks, and you're gonna chop everything up very, very fine.
Rinse your giblets and then add them to a small pot and fill with water and bring this to a boil, then let simmer for 1 hour on the stove. While the giblets are simmering, break up your stuffing bread into 1-inch pieces.
Well, we're gonna make stuffing out of them.
Oh.
To go into the turkey. Yeah, for Thanksgiving, right? Are you excited for Thanksgiving?
When is gonna be dinner time?
Well, Christmas time will be after Thanksgiving.
Oh. Oh, when you put a whole thing in that, it is all full. My mom too.
Uh-huh. Are you a chatterbox?
Yeah.
I think that's accurate. Oh, you need more bread? You bored?
Yeah. No, boo-boo.
After an hour, melt 1 stick of butter in a large pan, then add the celery and onion. Cook these until softened. Then add them to the bowl of bread, then add 2 eggs, salt and pepper, 1 tablespoon Old Bay seasoning, I just eyeball this, 1 tablespoon garlic powder, mix all together, slowly adding in the water from the giblet pan.
Just a warning, make sure you do not add too much broth. You want it to be just slightly moistened, not soaked. You still want it to be a little bit fluffy.
And now it's time to stuff the turkey, so I'm getting the brine bucket and dumping the brine water down my sink. I give the turkey a good rinse off and then set the turkey breast up in the baking pan. Stuff the turkey with that stuffing mix. You can add the giblets to the bottom of the pan and make sure there is a 1/2 inch of water on the bottom of the baking pan that you use for basting. Next, slice 1 stick of butter and place the butter pads all around the turkey. Then season with salt and pepper and cover the turkey with foil. Bake your turkey at 350 degrees, and for every pound that your turkey is, bake for 15 minutes per pound. Make sure then that you baste your turkey every 30 minutes. Remove the foil for the last 30 minutes of baking time. And to make sure that your turkey is cooked fully, use a meat thermometer. The stuffing and breast should be 165 degrees and the thighs should be 185. And for your gravy, remove the giblets from the pan, put the juices in the pan on low heat, and whisk in 2 cups of turkey broth, 1/2 cup of flour, and a tablespoon of cornstarch. Bring that to a simmer and then just keep your gravy warm until serving. And now back to some more cleaning and decorating.
Thought it'd be sort of fun to take Polaroids with this and then hang them up on the clips for decoration.
Home alone tonight. Truth unfolds.
And if you're looking for a list to get organized for what you need for Thanksgiving, sign up for my newsletter on my blog so that you can get your free Thanksgiving shopping list printables. I've got a bunch of other to-do lists and printables on there for you too to stay organized for Christmas and cleaning and meal planning. So just go to bitsofbrieblog.com and sign up for my newsletter so I can send those to you.
Are you going to eat all the turkey? You're going to eat all the turkey.
So it's about an hour out from the guest arriving, so here are my homemaker hacks if you're hosting Thanksgiving or any sort of holiday dinner. I'm just doing a quick tidy up around the house, turning on all of the lighted decorations and lighting some candles so that the house smells really good when the guests arrive.
When going home alone. I go home.
And I like to do a quick clean of the powder room before guests come so that it is nice and clean.
Love unfolds to me tonight. Wishing pennies in a well align my hopes. I find myself as in a dream tonight.
And I always try to empty the dishwasher so that it's clear for all of the plates and cooking utensils for after we eat. I also make sure to take out the trash right before guests arrive so that it smells better and there's a fresh bin without anything in it. This is a hosting hack because I swear if you don't do this, the garbage is overflowing within 2 seconds of your guests arriving. So I always like to do this before any party. I'm also doing a wipe down of the appliances just so that they don't look streaky or dirty. And then I'm doing a quick sweep and mop of the floor so that everything looks nice and clean for guests.
Waking up next to you, we'll be sharing our secrets, making dreams come true.
toast for the lovers. We'll tumble round in the snow. And my heart's going boom, boom, boom. You're so beautiful. What a night. Can you feel it too? Girl, I won't let you go. When the sky comes alive, let's have a jolly holiday. Holiday. Let's have a jolly holiday. Holiday.
And here's the recipe to that Thanksgiving sangria. I threw this together right before guests came, so it was cold. Everyone loved this, by the way. It was gone so fast. It was so good. You add a bottle of red wine over ice, 1 bottle of sparkling red grape juice, 1 small bottle of pomegranate juice, 5 cinnamon sticks, half a cup frozen pomegranate, 1 sliced pear. Just give it a quick stir, and it was delicious. Next time, I will definitely double this recipe. About 10 minutes before the guests arrived, I lit the candles on the table, changed my sweater quickly for what I wanted to wear for Friendsgiving, and everyone brought so many delicious appetizers and cookies, desserts, and helped with making the potato side dishes and rolls. And it was just such a fun evening to have my high school girlfriends and my work girlfriends all get to hang out together. We seriously had the best time.
Photographer and professional turkey cutter.
She's a dancer.
You've made a very good friend, Molly.
We had so much fun, but I hope that you enjoyed this Thanksgiving Clean and Decorate with me part 1. Click the thumbs up if you did, and make sure you're subscribed because part 2 will be coming soon. Bye, loves.
Jolly holiday. Jolly holiday. Let's have a jolly holiday. 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 Yeah, 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 yeah. Just wanna have a holiday. Yeah. Yeah. Let's have a jolly holiday.
Hey loves, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is a clean and decorate with me. I'm hosting Thanksgiving, so I'm in full prep mode. Need to tackle our dining room area and clean the dining room table. So if you need some cleaning motivation and decor inspiration, I hope that this helps. Please make sure you're subscribed if you're new and click that thumbs up if you like clean and decorate with me videos on my channel. And in the spirit of Thanksgiving, I just want to thank all of you so much for being here. You all inspire me to keep my home in order for my family, and I love sharing our journey through life with you. I'm so happy you're here. And if you're looking for how to clean your dining room table, this is what I love using. The method, it's called Wood for Good. It is in the almond scent, and that smells wonderful. That's to clean it, and then I love the same method, Wood for Good polish. It's in that same almond scent, and it just smells amazing. And if you'd like to follow along with my family this holiday season, I'm doing Vlogmas, but my Instagram and Twitter are both @bitsofbrie. Also, make sure you're following my blog because I'm going to be doing gift guides and other fun holiday posts over there this upcoming week. It's bitsofbrieblog.com. And one other piece of exciting news, so many of you were requesting the rose gold travel mugs and wine tumblers, and we now have apparel. So we're taking holiday pre-orders, and I will have all the links in the description box below for you to check out. And just thank you so much for your support, and please don't forget to tag me or send me your pics of you with the mugs or in the shirts. It has been so cool seeing you and getting to see your families if you include them in the pictures. It's literally a dream come true.
And I'm sure we'll vlog a little bit on Thanksgiving and Thanksgiving weekend because that's when we put up our tree. But I don't know if I'm gonna do an actual tablescape video, and I'm not gonna do any of this stuff until probably the night before Thanksgiving, but I just wanted to show you what I found in case you're on the hunt for some possible tablescape or Thanksgiving decor. So I got a bunch of these metallic tablecloths from Hobby Lobby. They're fabric, so you can actually wash them and reuse them every year. So I decided to invest. They were 50% off. So I think they were around then like $17.50. And I got these thankful plates. I sort of, for like Thanksgiving every year, I'm just going to stick with metallics and whites. So I wanted to kind of get these since they have the nice gold rim. And then I found this gorgeous rose gold cutlery at Target. They had these, they're almost like a rose gold Merlot candle. They had these at Hobby Lobby along with these different like Merlot and metallic leaves that I thought would be really pretty. I found this thankful garland in the dollar spot at Target. And this rose gold Happy Thanksgiving banner was from Hobby Lobby. And I thought that these napkins then just go perfectly with all of the metallics, and that these could be both the appetizer and the pie plates. So this is kind of the decor then that I will have for the actual tablescape on Thanksgiving. Also, I get all of my cleaning products from Grove, and there is an amazing deal if you use the link in my description box where you can get a ton of the holiday scented Mrs. Meyer's cleaning products for free with a $20 order. So check that out, especially if you'd like to try the Method wood cleaning products that I mentioned earlier, because I get all of those products from Grove. So here is the finished decor in the dining room. You'll have to let me know if you like it in the comments. Moving along to the kids' room, I'm so sad to be wiping away my Coco chalkboard. If you're new and want to see how I had it decorated for Halloween, you should check out the Fall Decor Home Tour, but we are obsessed with the movie Coco. It is so cute if you haven't seen it, and it just really touches our hearts because my dad is currently on hospice, and I think it just really helps the kids have a better understanding of life and death and remembering our loved ones. But we even dressed up for Halloween as the Coco characters. So you also have to let me know now if you like the new decor that I put out here for Thanksgiving.
And the rest of my home, if you haven't seen some of my other clean and decorate me videos over the past week, is currently in Christmas mode. Since we host for Thanksgiving, a lot of our family won't get to see our Christmas decorations otherwise. So I love having them up for a full 2 months anyways, because I put so much work into this. I want to enjoy it as long as possible and share it with all of you as well. And hopefully it gives you some inspiration. So be on the lookout because the full Christmas house tour will be up after Thanksgiving. I will show you every room in my home, but I always wait till after Thanksgiving because the last thing I have to do is our Christmas tree. We cut down a live one and put it up on Black Friday. That's one of our traditions, but I cannot wait to share our entire house with you. And truly, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for being here. I hope you have a wonderful Thanksgiving and that this gives you the cleaning motivation you need if you're hosting or having family stay with you as well, or if you're looking for some fun Thanksgiving decor. This is all pretty simple, so I hope it gives you some inspiration, and I will see you in my next video. Bye, loves. Hey loves, today's video is a cook with me, clean and decorate with me, and a plan with me as we map out my schedule for hosting Thanksgiving this week. So let's get it all done together. Today I'm going to be sharing some recipes I know you will love. We'll be decorating for Thanksgiving, cleaning up the house to prepare for hosting, and I'll be sharing some homemaker hacks with you as we do all of these. And since I'm sure that we're all trying to get the best Black Friday sales, at the very end, I'm gonna do a little shop with me online for some of the best Black Friday deals I see out there on some of the items that I love. My name is Brianna, or you might know me as Bits of Brie, and I make videos for moms and homemakers on my channel. Do vlogs and motivation to tackle your to-do list and get it all done. And for everyone while you're watching, I would love to know where you're watching from, and are you hosting Thanksgiving, or what are your Thanksgiving plans this year? And don't forget, tag me while you're watching, or if you get motivated, show me your before and after of your cleaning or decorating, or if you make any of the recipes that we're gonna make later in today's video, tag me over on Instagram. I'm at Bits of Brie. I'm nosy and I love to see what you do in your home too.
And I just have to be real, I have zero motivation today to even film this video. Like, I would so much rather be on my couch looking through Zillow, because Ad and I were talking, we're looking at some houses just before Landon starts kindergarten, but we'll save all that for another video. But I have no motivation today, despite I've like made a second decaf coffee to try to trick myself into liquid motivation over here. So I really, really hope that this get it all done video just gives you tons of motivation if you don't have any either. I know some people were asking from my last video what happened to the Harry Potter tree in the dining room, and I just moved it up here to our bedroom until Thanksgiving is over. If you're new here, I'm like a huge Harry Potter fan. The kids love it too. So we got this tree to do a Harry Potter tree last Christmas, and we sort of add ornaments to it every single year. And really quickly, because everybody asked, I'll link my sweater and my leggings and my house shoes, because I always get asked, so that will be linked in my description box. This is seriously like the coziest shirt. I got it from Target. And then these leggings, they're so fun if you love rose gold like me, because they've got like rose gold splatters on them. And I was out of town for work this week, so the laundry got out of control. And when I got back, Landon was like, Mommy, I think now that you're home, it's time for you to do my laundry. Do you see what a big pile that it is? And then it was so cute. Prezi goes, Mama, I'll help you with the laundry.
So laundry never seems to end in our house. I don't know about yours. And today I was doing the kids because I was so behind from traveling to New York for work this week. I try to do a load every day if I can, and it just didn't happen this week. Next, I had to clean up the kitchen, and I wanted it nice and tidy before I started any planning or cooking, and I had some groceries that I had to put away too. So this is my Thanksgiving shopping list. It's a free printable that you can get on my blog. Just go to bitsofbrieblog.com and sign up with your email for my newsletter, and I'll send you this. And I have a bunch of other free printables for this holiday season too. A Christmas shopping list, meal prep, just basic to-do list. So make sure you sign up over on bitsofbrieblog.com. I just want to say thank you so much, because you all know I've loved Apothic, and we had a joke, still not sponsored, and I think because you all tagged them so much on Instagram, it was funny, somebody even said, she has more followers than you. Just thank you for that, because they ended up sending me a bunch of wine this week, so that was so sweet of you guys to help get Apothic on board.
And in my video last week, the Clean and Decorate with Me prepping for Thanksgiving part 1, I show a Thanksgiving sangria recipe where I used Apothic. It's so good, you have got to try it.
So this is everything I'm going to be making, and then the rest of the family is kind of helping to bring some of the other dishes. I'm just going through my recipes and writing down the items that I'll need to get from the grocery store.
I worry about the weather, waiting for snow.
Then I realized I might have had a few things from Friendsgiving that I wouldn't have to buy, so I did a quick inventory of what was already in my fridge.
And my hope begins to grow. Been staring out my window, looking for a sign, something to remind me of the place I left behind. My time of the year.
And to backwards plan how much time you need to bake your turkey, every pound takes 15 minutes to bake, and you should have the turkey out of the oven for 30 minutes before you carve it. So I'm multiplying the pounds by 15 minutes, dividing it by 60, and that's how many hours I need to bake my turkey. So Thanksgiving is going to start at 3, so my goal is that the turkey would be done 45 minutes before anybody comes to our house. So I've blocked off 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hours and 15 minutes for the turkey to cook, but it takes about an hour ahead of time to do the stuffing and everything like that. So I'm gonna be starting my turkey at 7 a.m. in order to have it ready for a 3 o'clock arrival time of guests, because it should sit out for about 30 minutes before you carve it. So I'm doing like a 45-minute buffer here too.
And we usually do like a 22 to 25 pound turkey, just because we have so many people who come to our house. So that's kind of how I think about it for backwards planning to make sure that the turkey is done on time. I wanted to show you how I plan this week. So I have my kids going to Gigi's on Wednesday, so I can do a lot of the prep. So brining the turkey, do the casseroles and the cranberry sauce, do a good clean of the guest room and all the bathrooms, and then make the pies and dessert and veggie tray prep, all that day too. And the last thing I'll do that day is I'll clean all of the floors after all of the cooking and stuff. And then for Thursday, that's the day that I'll stuff and bake the turkey. I'll make the mashed potatoes that day. The spinach and bacon is very simple, can be done on the stove top. And then I'll bake the rolls and do the sangria right before everybody comes. And here, I put it on my calendar for you too, so you can see I'll start at like 7 a.m. brining the turkey so that it's brined for a full 24 hours on Wednesday. And then I'll do the casseroles and cranberry sauce, some cleaning in the middle of the day, pies, veggie tray prep, and then do all the floors. And again, just like backwards planning from when we will be having Thanksgiving, I'll stuff the turkey at 7, bake it for about 6 hours and 15 minutes. And then I have the parade on here. That was my dad's favorite thing, but have that on for the kids, and I can do some of the other sides while they watch that. But just the last 30 minutes, I want to make sure I watch Santa with them. Then I have about an hour that I can shower and get dressed, because I feel like I always sweat during cooking. And then I'll bake the rolls and sangria when I'm done getting ready. Well, I'll bake the rolls and make the sangria. And then the time the turkey is out of the oven, I can put the casseroles in the oven to heat up, and I'll just do like a last minute tidy up before the guests arrive at 3. So that's how I sort of think about it. If you're a fellow host of Thanksgiving or homemaker, just kind of thinking, what would this look like if I backwards plan to have everything ready by a certain time? That's my method for doing it. And if there's any of the recipes that you would like to try, I've got a ton of them on my blog with the directions too, so you can head over there and see all the ingredients and directions. It's bitsofbreeblog.com.
And since I'll be making so much food over the next few days, I did a quick fridge clean out and got rid of anything that had expired to make enough space for all of the Thanksgiving food prep. Also on my to-do list, I needed to do the dishes. And now I've got some homemaker hacks for you. First one is empty the trash before the guests arrive, not only so that your home smells better, but so that your trash isn't quickly overflowing with the garbage from guests. Another homemaker hack, I'm gonna order these. They're meal prep containers, but they're great for sending leftovers home with your guests. Make sure that you make space on hooks in the closet or foyer for guests to hang coats when they arrive. Another homemaker hack, make sure you light candles about an hour before guests arrive. And if you haven't tried the balsam and firewood for the holidays, you have to. And the spiced chestnut is the perfect Thanksgiving scent. If you try them, tag me, but seriously, these Bath & Body Works candles are the best. They smell so amazing for Thanksgiving and Christmas time. And we'll start decorating for Thanksgiving in a little bit, but I just had a few more things to clean up and a few more homemaker hacks to share too. So in the bathroom, make sure there is plenty of soap and a fresh hand towel for your guests. I always like to clean the bathroom before any guests come over. And make sure that there's plenty of toilet paper out. And you can be a little extra and fold a little pull into your toilet paper. I'm curious, does anybody else do this?
Another homemaker hack, make a drink station with plenty of water and drinks for kids like juice or milk so that guests can just help themselves when they arrive because you'll be busy cooking. And if you want your home to smell really wonderful, add a drop of essential oils to your vacuum filter. I learned this from Amanda on This Crazy Life, and my filter just really needed to be wiped off also before I did this. So I just used a paper towel to wipe all of the dust off and added a drop of peppermint essential oil.
I just vacuumed that little bit in here and it already smells like peppermint. It smells so amazing. So that's definitely a good hack. Thanks, Amanda.
Now I needed to change out the laundry and fold that first load. And seriously, I've got to figure out a better laundry routine for 2020. I think it's going to be one of my New Year's resolutions because since we're talking about adding another baby to our family, I'm just going to have to figure out how to do laundry for all these humans. And this is another homemaker hack. Make sure you have an empty dishwasher before any guests arrive. This way, any of your dirty utensils from cooking or serving can go right in there instead of cluttering up the sink. And guests can also put in plates or cups right into the dishwasher so that there's less clutter in your kitchen. And now it's time for the decorate with me part of this video. Here's the decor that I got, mainly at Hobby Lobby, but I have a few things that I got from Target as well. And the wine colored runner was from Amazon, but I needed to set up another table and chairs and move the kids' table so that we had more seating for Thanksgiving.
Do you recall when we were young, running from all things at once, without thinking twice? And I knew it would catch up, and that we would be the ones left behind. The stories I've been told, they never seem to leave my mind. And this road that I am on, I gotta stay here for some time.
I kept the same tablecloth on this table that I had for Friendsgiving because I just love the glitter wine color, but I did take down the Friendsgiving balloons in here, and I got these really pretty square copper colored plates from Hobby Lobby, and I just love how they looked against this color.
The stories I've been told, they never seem to leave my mind. On this road that I am on, I gotta stay here for some time. Bruises, they come and they go, and we have to try and keep up, 'cause this life's so much.
Now it's time for the Thanksgiving decor tour. Let me know how you like the decorations in the comments.
We have to try and keep up, 'cause this life's so much more. Ooh, and I still wonder where you are. Ooh, if you found a way out,
And now it's time for the cook with me portion of today's video. First up, we're making sweet potato casserole. What you need for the sweet potato casserole, you need these are 29-ounce cans of yams. You'll need brown sugar, vanilla extract, half a stick of butter or margarine. You'll need 2 cups of the mini marshmallows. You'll need some chopped pecans, cooking spray, and 1.5 teaspoons of salt. Spray your baking dish with cooking spray. Drain your sweet potato cans. In a separate bowl, mash sweet potatoes, half a stick of butter, 3/4 cup of brown sugar, 1.5 teaspoons salt, half a teaspoon vanilla extract, and this is optional, add in some chopped pecans. I skipped this though because of Landon's allergy. Bake at 375 degrees for 15 minutes. Remove the dish from the oven and sprinkle on the mini marshmallows. Bake another 10 minutes until your marshmallows are golden brown. Next, we're going to be making a pumpkin pie cheesecake. Preheat the oven to 325 degrees. Also, this turns out best if you let the cream cheese be at room temperature before mixing. For your pie crust, in a bowl, mix together 1.5 cups of graham cracker crumbs, 1/3 cup of sugar, 6 tablespoons melted butter, half a teaspoon ground cinnamon. Then press this mixture into a pie dish with your fingers until it's even. In a separate mixing bowl, add 2 packages of cream cheese at room temperature, half a cup of sugar, 1 teaspoon vanilla extract, 2 eggs, and blend until creamy. Pour 1 1/3 cup of this into the pie crust. Next, add half a cup of pumpkin puree and 2 teaspoons of pumpkin spice into the cream cheese mixture and blend this well. Pour the pumpkin cream cheese over the top of the plain cheesecake mixture. Then carefully spread without blending the bottom and top layers. Bake for 35 to 40 minutes until the center is almost set. I've also got some cups available on my Etsy shop still for the holidays. Limited quantities, so please get your orders in quickly. If you are looking for a gift for a friend or a mom in your life or stocking stuffers, please get your orders in now so that I can ship them out to you as soon as possible. I've got rose gold and some red designs for this holiday season. Cool for 1 hour and then refrigerate overnight. Serve topped with whipped cream. Now it's time to clean the floors, so I'm turning on my Robo-Rock. I still haven't decided on a name yet. You guys gave me some really good ideas in Friday's Clean With Me video though, so maybe I'll put up a vote here on YouTube. And I hope that this video helped give you lots of motivation. Don't forget to tag me if it did. And I know I didn't have any motivation and it felt so good to get it all done. So thank you as always for being my accountability partners. And I'll see you in my next video. Bye, loves.
Just wanna have a holiday, yeah, yeah. Let's have a jolly holiday.
Hey, it's Brianna, and for today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you guys 4 ideas of what you can do with pretty standard holiday leftovers: green bean casserole, mashed potatoes, turkey, and cranberry sauce. And I'm going to be turning these items into 4 brunch menu items. Let's get to cooking. First, we're going to be making corn muffins with cranberry jelly using that leftover cranberry sauce. You'll just need corn muffin mix, an egg, milk, and 6 baking cups in your muffin tray.
And this is no frills cranberry jelly. Just smash up that cranberry sauce with a fork. And once those muffins are out of the oven, top them with your cranberry jelly. Time for a protein-packed turkey omelet. We're going to be using that leftover turkey, 3 eggs, and some Colby Jack cheese with salt and pepper to taste. And you'll just want to whip up those eggs and transfer them to a greased pan. I'm using cooking spray, but you could also use butter. Once your omelet is cooking, add your cheese and break that turkey into pieces and toss it right into your omelet. You could also add in any leftover veggies that you have. I didn't have any on hand though, so I'm sticking with just turkey and cheese. I did have a little bit of parsley though to garnish my omelet. So fancy. And if you've got any vegetarians in the house, we're going to use that leftover green bean casserole with some mozzarella cheese and tortillas to make some veggie quesadillas. Just put a couple spoonfuls of that casserole along with some mozzarella cheese right between 2 tortillas. Make sure you have some cooking spray or butter in your pan and just cook on medium heat until all of that cheese is ooey gooey and melted. Then cut that up into slices, and this ooey gooey goodness is going to be one of the best quesadillas you've ever had. And we're going to take those mashed potatoes and make some smash browns. That's right, we're going to fry up those mashed potatoes in some olive oil with some salt and pepper to taste and make some absolutely wonderful toasty, crispy smash browns. And I just like to add a little dollop of sour cream to the top of those smash browns. And here is your brunch, that turkey omelet, the corn muffin with cranberry jelly, your green bean casserole quesadilla, and your smash browns, along with that Bloody Mary. Who would have thought that those leftovers could turn into such a delicious brunch? I hope you enjoyed these ideas for what you can make with your holiday leftovers. Let me know in the comments if there's anything that you make with your leftovers. And if you'd like to check out Thoughtfully, use that link below. Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye guys.